What up, YouTube? I'm Anwar,
I'm Keith.
and welcome to the War Room.
Yes, sir.
My dog, in a couple weeks. What's up, fam?
Man.
How you been?
I'm good. How you been, brother?
Maintaining.
How you feel? Back to work?
Yeah, back to work. I don't know. It's still early. It's different, right? It's we only been doing 8 hours. Yeah, I'm for those of you who don't know, we back at work now. I could actually went back to work weeks ago, but that would have been stupid because I was getting paid to not be at work. So why would you do that?
Yeah, you were working for unemployment.
Yeah, I was working
for. Like it was a good deal.
I would love to work for unemployment again. It's a great company. I like their incentives right now. Right? Yeah. So I mean, we've only been back first week. You know, we're back running cars and just a lot of different social norms now. Mm-hmm. Wearing the mask all the time. A lot of sanitational measures. A lot of hand sanitizer. A lot of different protocol. A lot of social distancing. It's weird because you work with people for so long, they kind of become your extended family, and now everybody's interacting a lot differently now. Yeah. So I mean, it's just getting adjusted to it, but what are you gonna do?
I mean, hey man, we just try to make the best of it. I mean, it's hard. I mean, shit. Like I said, I ain't never stopped working since it happened. But it's been better because people know I got them checks for them. So. Hell, speaking of those, I just got mine on fucking Tuesday.
You just got your stimulus check?
Yes.
Some people's shit was just held up forever, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it had his name on it too. I'm like, is this what
I thought that was always a joke, yo.
It said at the bottom, bro. It said it at the bottom. Wow. I got it though. I got it. Hell, that's the thing. I ain't even did my taxes yet.
Yeah, I believe it.
You did yours already?
Well, yeah, we'll talk about that later. But in regard to your boy being not your boy, but old boy being on the check, it's just been a lot going on. I mean, I want to start there because we got stuff we could back up and talk about from a couple weeks back. But in light of him, he was just in town. He was just in Ypsilanti and had a little discrepancy on this on following our protocol in these facilities. Yeah, and for those of you who don't know, and I don't understand how you don't, because everybody knows, he came to Ford, and all these plants have protocol that you got to wear your mask at all times. I mean, you can get rolled up. If CEOs and all these upper bigwigs got to wear their mask, you got to wear their mask. And at some point in the tour of the ventilator facility, ironically, 45 decided he didn't want to wear the mask, and allegedly he wore it in another sector of the building with gloves, but he said he didn't want to give the media the satisfaction. But I don't even know what any of that shit means, and shame on you, Ford, for you letting him come up in that facility and not making him wear a mask. Everybody over there, including y'all, were wearing masks, and you ain't gonna make him wear a mask. So now he's essentially compromised.
Which is crazy.
People.
Wasn't the CEO there too?
That's what I'm saying. That's the CEOs and all that.
Think about billionaires. They got that ego.
Right.
So you gonna let this man come in here and not follow your rules?
It's protocol. No. It's protocol. I've seen that.
That's like if I come in, you like, hey man, I don't want nobody wearing their shoes in my house, and I come in with muddy boots on my Dave Chappelle, Rick James shit.
Fuck your couch, nigga. Buy another one, you rich motherfucker. Fuck your couch, nigga. Fuck your couch.
Right, exactly. This is my fuck your couch, right?
Yeah, walking through the house with damn muddy shoes.
Well, Mary Barra was just here a couple days ago, and I didn't see her personally, but I bet you bottom dollar she probably had a mask on.
Damn right.
So, I mean, I don't know, man. This just truly sends a message that you are truly the exception to the rule, apparently, and rules don't apply to you. Yeah. And that's just asinine, man.
They did say he is not welcome back in Michigan.
He's not welcome a lot of places right now.
But is saying that him being as petty as we know he will be, he might end up holding back some of our funding,
which is crazy.
Which is stupid. But
when you start personalizing, different things because you don't agree with certain things, and you're just like, you know what, I'm just gonna restrict your resources.
Yeah.
So we could delve into that for so long, man, because it's so messy. It's just truly an unfortunate situation that we're dealing with humanity right now, and obviously that's not the overriding priority right now, as you can see. And to your point, like with him making his trip to Baltimore, they said that they don't want him there either, and that's one of the places that's been decimated by COVID. Shout out to my people in Baltimore. Y'all hold y'all head and y'all be strong. Sure. And you think back a year ago, he was calling that place a shithole and all these different things, and rat infested, and all this other stuff. I mean, that's just not a thing you're supposed to be exemplifying when you hold that kind of position. As far as, in my opinion, you got to have some decorum. If you think that's one thing, but just you project that kind of stuff out there, man. So yeah, it's just messy, man. And then you start thinking about what else went on while he was here in Ypsilanti. For those of y'all that don't know, some of the dams, I don't have all of the, as far as the geographical layout, but we have massive flooding in Midland, Michigan right now, where you've got people's houses floating across literally their downtown and their different areas of their town, where you're talking about 6, 7, potentially up to 9 feet of water. That is just,
there's not a lot of media on that either.
There's not a lot of media on it at all. And this happened Friday. And from what I understand, there's these dams that have been there for quite some time, going back to like FDR. And they've been overdue for some type of maintenance.
I think they stopped doing maintenance on that all along.
It was like 20 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And apparently major sectors of these dams gave way. And from what I understand, I was talking to a guy I work with that lives in that area by the Saginaw area. He kind of broke down. It's like 5 major waterways and rivers and stuff that kind of flow into this area. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the actual lake that caused most of the devastation, or river or whatever. It starts with a T. It's definitely a Native American word, but it's the Shiawassee River and some other rivers flow into this, and then I guess it got to the point that there was so much water in that area. There was this Wixom Lake that is completely dry because that water was made because of the dams. The stuff you'll get water where it builds up. Yeah. So they've, unfortunately, right now, all those people, you think about everybody's like just devastation, man. Also, while that was going on in Grayling, Michigan, they've had some severe forest fires to the point that parts of Grayling people had to evacuate, and I guess that everybody is maintaining in some high school, some there up in Grayling. So it's just a lot of shit going on we've been popping for all the wrong reasons. Even going back a couple weeks with the protest stuff that was still going on. The guy came out there with the naked doll with the noose and should have got his ass whooped. Like, I wouldn't, that definitely, because there was a conflict that ensued.
But it showed you what some people was really there for, though.
Yeah. You said it, when you come with that kind of message, when you're dealing with noose and those type of things, and that's how you resort. As far as you don't like their views, so you're gonna give representation with the noose. That kind of, it tells me exactly everything I need to hear. Right. So yeah, it's just been crazy that just a lot of turmoil, a lot of stuff that's been going on as we're trying to get back and get readjusted in society. You just see it in all realms, and I don't know. I just see also that, if I'm not mistaken, Governor Whitmer extended the Stay-at-Home Act to June 12th now.
Yep.
So I don't know really what's going on.
I don't think we're ready for a full opening.
No.
We not.
No, we're not.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, yeah, certain things can open back up, but like to be trying to go as hard as Florida is and all that,
right, because you're already seeing, even with
50.
Well, you look at some of the other Ford facilities now that I think about it. A couple of them closed after a couple of days of opening up, right?
Yeah, so people got sick. I mean, they ain't ready yet. I mean, once somebody gets it, I think it's like, okay, let's try to contain it. Then when you hear about other people, it's like, all right, we got to wrap it up.
So it's just, we don't know how this is gonna. I truly have no idea how any of this is gonna play out because we make steps and it looks like stuff has to hit the reset all over again. Right?
Yeah, man, this gonna be. I feel like this gonna be a long road, man. This year sucks, bro.
2020 can't end soon enough at this point.
Yeah, Jesus.
We're almost we're halfway in. It's just
bro.
Memorial Day's around the corner. Tomorrow, and then. A lot of that stuff. I mean, we'll be able to barbecue, but a lot of that's it's gonna be limited because you're not supposed to be around all your people and stuff.
Yeah.
And so, for a lot of people that don't know, everybody's situations are different depending on where you are. And
north is popping.
Up north, or even like you look at certain parts of like the country, like malls are reopening and certain entities have never closed, and then like here we're kind of in our own world here as far as. Everything is like mandatory to wear a mask everywhere. I wasn't wearing my mask everywhere early on at the onset, but now it's to the point that going into certain gas stations and certain establishments,
it says it on the door.
You can't come in without your mask. So you start talking to other people in different parts of the country that don't have to deal with that. They're like, wow, I didn't even know all that was going on. So we're just really in a real volatile time, and hopefully those people in Midland and Grayland and all these other areas, Detroit, where all this suffering and stuff is going on, God bless y'all, and y'all try to stay strong, and hopefully we'll get through this.
Yeah, man, this is it's gonna be a long one. I think it's gonna get even worse. Well, not even worse. It's gonna be longer than what people thought.
It's hard to be positive. Absolutely,
it really is. And man, it just you get missing birthdays, can't go nowhere, can't do nothing.
Summer's a wrap. A lot of the stuff that they had set up, a lot of our festivals are done.
To get hot.
It's beautiful out right now, and it's just everything is shut down. You're not gonna be able to do nothing.
They're just going up north. They're like, man, we hot.
They just opened it back up there, right?
Yeah,
so
but it also what this is doing, it makes you appreciate the little things like walking into the mall. When we do open everything up, that might be the first place I go. Like going to the mall, going to get your hair cut, like me, when I was a kid, I didn't really care about getting my hair cut. My hair go nappy, it just is what it is. And I was like, man,
I was getting mine every week or every other week. Absolutely,
man.
I ain't had a haircut in months.
Yeah.
I ain't doing nothing. I ain't shaving nothing. I'm just looking at this is pandemic onward right here. This is not how I get down under any stretch of imagination. I'm just roughing it out.
I mean, like, think about it. Usually you like, man, I ain't going to the mall. I just buy it offline.
Right.
Now it's like, man, I want to go to the mall. I want to touch some clothes. I want to try
it might.
On. I want to buy them with somebody at the register.
Right. It might create a resurgence because you look at our mall is pathetic beyond, like, there's nothing at our mall. Both of our malls are done. The only mall we got is down there on Big Beaver. Shout out to Big Beaver. For those of you who need to know what we talking about, right? So, yeah, our mall is done. But that, to your point, being able to finally go back and get to the mall, that might create some stimulation in the economy in that area because our mall used to be the shit back in the day when I was a kid. And now it's just like, I don't even go to that mall. So, yeah. You've seen that in Houston where they opened up and everybody flocked to the mall. But obviously their mall's better than ours. Galleria in Sharptown. Shout out to 713. But yeah, like you said, those things that we took for granted, it's just like, man, you'd kill to do it. Like the fact that you just can't even go into like certain stores, just the fact that like we got to wear face masks is it's just crazy. And it's it's fashionable now. You got different logos and different things on them, and yeah, just everything's just changed so rapidly, so fast, man. But we're gonna make do. Yeah. We're resilient people.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna adapt and we're gonna adjust, and we're gonna be all right when it's all said and done. But yeah, it's just try to just maintain your sanity amongst all this chaos, and just try to just be mindful. To what he said, be thankful for the little things, and don't take those things for granted, like that time with your family and being able to interact with your friends, and sometimes, I mean, this is an unfortunate situation, but I've always been an old school cat as far as like the simplicities and going back to basics. And, now we've gotten such a hustle and bustle in society with our cell phones and not having time for anything. So now it's forcing people to sit down and really smell the roses, for lack of a better term. So, yeah, I mean, other than that, yeah, it's just we're gonna try to make the best of it for what it is. It's your mom's birthday today, right?
Yes.
Happy birthday. Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. I will see you later.
Nice.
Yeah, I will see you later, man. It's a blessing to still have your mother.
Absolutely.
So, happy birthday, man.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Yes.
That's awesome, man.
Yes. Oh, but we still got to talk about that little interview that happened, what was that, Friday? With Joe Biden.
Oh, yeah.
Comment.
Yeah, interesting, right? I didn't see the whole interview, but...
Yeah, but, the most...
What'd you get from it?
He came off very defensive, and it kind of gave you that vibe of, you know what, fuck it, I just won't even vote this year.
All right, back up a little bit. So what happened? Was it whose platform was it on? Was it on like
Breakfast Club?
Okay, that was the Breakfast Club. Okay, got you. So that was a morning interview? No shit. Yeah. Wow. And so he said something to the degree of like,
you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
If you don't vote for me, I had to get it verbatim, but
that's pretty much what he said.
Right, pretty much. I don't know. I don't really. He's getting a lot of backlash with that one too.
Which is, it's just due, but I mean,
it's one of those. It's one of those. It's a tongue in cheek statement, but it puts you in a space to to your point, like better are two evils, right? Yeah. Like, because I feel some kind of way with your comment, but at the same time,
and not only his comments, some of the stuff he's done over the years since he's been. I
mean, even before Obama got into the mix with him,
got
right?
The crime bill.
Yeah, so like you know.
And the people are already skeptical of you for doing that, and then you say that, it's like, oh man.
And that's kind of always been our plight. That a lot of times on the Republican side, they're always like, well, you guys always just go Democrat because that's who you guys identify, and then they say that was always the racist group, and you just hear all these talking points. It's always this whole.
I mean, you asked me, they both.
Yeah, it's all like you said. It's two wings on the same bird with all this stuff, and I mean, unless we come up with some type of like progressively middle type of thing, because I have some conservative and liberal views with certain stuff. I think most people are pretty
in the middle.
Like if we're talking here, we're all kind of right in here, and that's cool. Like, and I don't really give a fuck if you're a Republican or a liberal or whatever. Just don't disrespect me and impede on my abilities to survive, and we won't have an issue. Because you can be stupid over there, just keep that stupidity over there.
But one of the things I took from it when he said that, it's like, yo, who the hell are you to tell me I ain't black if I'm black or not? For a old white man to tell you, oh, if you don't do this, you ain't black.
You got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden.
I will.
It's a long way until November. We got more questions.
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
But what does that even mean, though? Like, what does it mean if you're not black? What is?
It's like.
What is? I guess it's like, all right. Well, what are these characteristics of being black that we gotta all eat?
Vote for you.
We all gotta eat certain food. We all gotta do certain things. Is that I don't? Like I said, it's tongue in cheek. I didn't really read too much into it, but it just doesn't. It's not gonna sit well.
Yeah, I mean, and then like you were saying when I spoke to you earlier, it's still the lesser of two evils. So it's like, I mean, the same thing with Hillary. I mean, it's the lesser of two evils. I mean,
she called us super predators back in the day. So it's just like,
man, I feel like both of them are trying really hard to not win at this point. Who can piss off the most people by saying what I'm saying?
It's gonna be some dirty politics, but I don't think I don't think Biden can play dirty politics. Even to that point, look at what Trump's been doing as far as the whole attack on Obama. He's not even been the president in like 3 years. He's not even
doing his portrait ceremony.
Isn't that crazy? Like that, regardless of how you feel, that's a part of the tradition. You're just like, forget the whole predecessor process. Wow, man. Wow. It's just like, that's the one thing I'll say.
Because I mean, to be honest, I don't think Trump deserves one. They shouldn't even do his. Now, I bet if they don't do his, say, but look how mean they're being to me.
Well, yeah, it's always that kind of thing. It's I think what really blows my mind about the Trump thing is he truly is Teflon, man, and I hate to have to admit that stuff, man, but it's just so the stuff he does is so egregious, and it's just
it's so egregious,
and it just doesn't nothing ever just.
What it is the people that love him, like him, or vote for him, no matter what he does.
Yeah,
it's okay with it.
It's all right.
That's why, and that's what makes him seem because it's always somebody to defend him, no matter what he does. He could be like, "I hate all black people." Well, he didn't mean all. He just meant some of them. It's like what?
I've never seen anything like this in the few presidents that I've seen in my life. To be able to just be that emboldened and
not care.
It's crazy, man. And it's not even like it's charisma or anything like that. It's this. Not. It's just this. It's
assholeness.
It's
and not give a fuckness.
And it's just not a word. And it's right. And it's just like, wow, man. Like he really just did that, yo. Like
really?
You just said that to that reporter, China, and she's like, well, what do you mean by that? And he's like, I'm just saying it in general. It's just like, well, you're still saying it in.
Chinese reporter asked him a question. I don't know. Ask China. Like,
well, damn.
Like, if he wasn't the president, this would be the funniest shit ever.
Oh, yeah. But see, the thing, for me growing up, right, he's just always been a novelty guy. Like, Donald Trump was always the guy who was like, oh, he's the old businessman, and he's got his name on everything. He got a lot of money. And on the low, there was a lot of, there were people that fucked with Donald Trump in the rap game. Unless
he had a lot of money.
He had a lot of money, and there was certain things that they identified with. Matter of fact, I remember an album Method Man dropped. I think it was Tikal 2000 Judgment Day. He's got a skit on there where Donald Trump is like, hey, what's up, Mr. Donald? I'm hanging out at whatever. This would have been in the mid-'90s, right? No, maybe not even mid-'90s. I'm sorry. This would have been late 90s, early 2000s. I have to remember. But there's a skit on there where he's talking about Method Man. I can't wait for you to drop your album and all this other stuff.
Hey, Method Man, this is Donald Trump, and I'm in Palm Beach, and we're all waiting for your album. Let's get going, man. Everybody's waiting for this album.
End of message.
But, we forget about these moments where he was referenced in a regard of I guess you would call almost revered, right?
Knowing Snoop Dogg, and he was in Home Alone.
Right, exactly. That's another point, right? He's always been in wrestling. It was always just
we just saw him in that light. We didn't it wasn't until he started running.
Until he's impacting our lives that it matters. See, I don't care.
We even, then you got to think about the stuff we ignored, like with the Central Park 5.
Yeah.
It just.
Some of the stuff he did with the applications and stuff. He never, the fact that if he is or not racist or whatever the heck, that never bothered me because it didn't matter. But now that you're literally a part of our livelihoods, it bothers me. That this is the behavior that I'm seeing, right? Who cared at the time? But
it's if he wasn't the president, it'd be the funniest shit in the world, bro.
Yes. It's not funny at all.
It's not. It's fucking stupid, actually.
Yeah, it's insane. But like I said, we're gonna, to that point, amongst this insanity, we're gonna just try to maintain. We're gonna hold our head.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this one up.
Yes.
Right here. We appreciate y'all tuning in. We appreciate y'all subscribing, hitting the likes, leave a comment. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Once again.
Happy birthday, Ma.
And man, we'll see y'all next time, man. And we're gonna rock out with this one, man. Y'all see y'all soon.
Yep. Yes, sir. We out.